Hi, welcome to another episode of Sailboat Ads, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This one I'm going to focus on the bad and the ugly, and really how to rename it because it's the bad, the sad, and the ugly. Some of these are really, really nasty looking. Um, so we're going to look at some boats out of, once again, the Los Angeles area. And these are some that just, yeah, they just are not very good. So let's get to it. My first one here is going to be a Hunter Vision 36 sloop, $25,000 out of Coronado. This is a 1993 boat. I'll go ahead and pop open the pictures first. So pet peeve, don't put a picture up if it's blurry. You know, retake it, find another version. You got all kinds of weed along your waterline here. It's not a good look. And it's not like you want a huge amount of money for this boat, but you're still asking 25,000. You had to put a little bit of effort into the pictures you're taking. Once again, waterline just looks terrible. This is truly about as bad a picture as they get. Come on, don't publish that. Then we go inside, and blurred picture again, and absolute garbage everywhere. If you really want to try and sell your boat, clean it up. Put all this clutter away, find some place for it, make it look its best that it possibly can be. A kind of dirty, rusty stove. And, you know, we don't have enough lighting here. It's very dark. It looks like they were trying to do some kind of light here on the table. But we don't see any of the rest of the boat. So we've got couple of interior pictures, couple of exterior pictures. As an ad, this just is a complete fail in my humble opinion. So let's see what we've got. Motivated seller. Well, you might be motivated, but man, take a half hour and take some decent pictures. Watermaker, low hours on the Yanmar. We don't see a picture of it, so we really don't know. It's got a wind generator. We can see that on the photo here. Lazy Jacks, mainsail, boom bag, freestanding mast. Excellent sails. So freestanding mast means unstayed, which is kind of an interesting concept. Hunter Vision had this unusual rig. We'll go back to it. So you can see jack stays, we can see a forestay, but we do not see a backstay or any side stays. So simplification there from the standpoint of not having running rigging, or standing rigging rather, that needs to be replaced or maintained. We have excellent sails, but we don't have any pictures of them. We don't know what brand they are. We don't know what sizes they are. Ready to sail today, price below asking price of many boats of like kind, $25,000 firm, must sell motivated. It said motivated again. Call Glenn, da 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 da. So if you're going to say you're motivated, you really can't put $25,000 firm because you're just not going to encourage people to contact you. And then this ad to me just is maybe he's motivated because something bad has happened in his life and he just can't spend any time on it. You know, if this was a boat that you might possibly be interested in and you wanted to, you know, throw him a number, maybe you could get this for a lot less than 25,000. 25 doesn't sound like a terrible asking price, but we haven't really seen the condition of the boat either. So, yeah, this is definitely one of the bad ones. The next one, super interesting listing. This is actually on Facebook Marketplace, and I did it on here because the pictures are a little better. And basically what this is a marina that's looking to get rid of a bunch of boats that they have. Free boats, more free boats offered by Marina must be moved, no slips. Please read the full ad. All are as is, all are project boats, all have no motors or none working, no trailer. Do this. Do this? I mean, come have a look. If you want one, just tell me when you will take it away. Just move it out of our slip and out of our marina. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation point. Tow the boat. Professionally, boats cannot stay. Do not ask. Why? All as is. No work is to be done on my dock. Just towed away. All boats in the water. Sold as is. Free. Take now. If interested, just send number of viewings by appointment only. Blah, blah, blah. And here's your list of boats. An interesting thing here is that I couldn't figure out the list lining up with the pictures that are here. So I'm just going to scroll through this. This looks to me like a Columbia, and we do have two Columbias on here. 27. No, we have three: a 27, a 26, and a 22. Hard to tell which one that is. This is the interior. You know, for free, that doesn't look terrible. You know, it's a little scuffed. Obviously, the mainsail cover is ratty. But compared to some that we're about to see, this looks like the Taj Mahal. Woodwork isn't terrible. We have a baby on board. That's funny. The next one, I believe this would be that 27-foot Bayliner from 1976. You know, this just looks like became someone's storage space. Got all kinds of junk and crap in here. Next one, is that the same Bayliner? From the other side, it kind of looks like it. Or maybe that's the Tollycraft. I'm not up on my power boats. Yeah, that must be one of the other ones. This one's not looking too bad. This to me looked like a Catalina 25, but we don't have that on our list, so I wonder if it's one of these shocks. It kind of looks like my old Santana 22, which was a shock. Interior, this actually looks pretty decent. You got some colorful curtains. You've got a centerline midships galley, which I kind of prefer to sticking them around the steps. Looks like you have chain plates that are still in decent shape, and they are massive. Hard to tell with some of these because you're only getting one picture. So yeah, this must be the other shock, which you didn't spell correctly. And here's the interior of that. That doesn't look too bad. Dirty. Looks like some water intrusion though. That one could be a real mess. Here's another Columbia. I'm guessing this is one of the 26s. It looks like he has two of them. And these people were definitely interested in their comfort because we have a fan, we have a heater, we have a microwave. Otherwise, it just looks like a storage facility. Yeah, this must be the other Columbia, the other 26. Interior, this isn't terrible. That's not a horrible interior. Don't know what that is. Is that the 23-foot Glencoe? And this just is horrible. You know, if this was a house, it'd be full of mice droppings. But, you know, the guy's just trying to dump them for free. What do you want? There are a couple of these that if I lived in Southern California and had a place to put them, you know, I might take a flyer on it. And then we have, I'm pretty sure this is the little Columbia 22. And yeah, that doesn't look terrible. So some of these boats are really sad, and some of these actually don't look too terrible. You know, this one is both bad and ugly, and which was kind of the best one of the lot, in my humble opinion. Yeah, this little guy, I mean, the interior's not bad. Obviously, you'd have to check carefully for soft spots in the hull. Doesn't sound like the engine's working. There's no other details, so you don't know if it's a inboard or outboard. It was, yeah, you can't see the stern, so you can't tell. Obviously, it needs a good clean. Last registered, it looks like in 17, so chances are this thing's just been sitting there. My guess is the bottom of this looks like, I was going to say Jabba the Hutt, but that's not right. It's going to look like Chewbacca. So interesting listing. If you lived in Southern California and had a place to put a boat and wanted to get one for free and weren't averse to putting a little elbow grease into it, this might be kind of a cool option. So the last one today is this Yamaha 29 center cockpit with trailer and a diesel for only $2,500 in Vista, California. Now it starts off nicely enough. I'm a big fan, if you're going to do an ad with a bunch of items, to list them vertically and not just make it one big paragraph. It's harder to read. So 12 horsepower inboard diesel, trailer that tows great. I believe this is a 79. Trailer tows well. You just said that. Proofread your text. Don't say the same thing virtually in the same sentence. Boat has been sitting for a number of years and requires some restoration to get it ready. So this is not a current picture. Oops. Epoxy the iron keel is the top of the list, and a good pressure wash of the decks. Color sand the hull. A scansion, I think he means stanchion, once again, proofread, was damaged by someone trying to break in. That to me is a very funny comment, because how someone would think that if you broke a stanchion off, you could get inside a boat baffles me, but that, burglars are dumb. This was a great sailing and fast coastal cruiser, tons of space below deck, great design, decks are good, rigging seems fine, but you'll need new lines. Title was lost by previous owner, but the boat is well out of the DMV records. So a quick note about this. Every state has a different way of titling and registering boats and trailers. In Colorado, where I live, you register boats and you title trailers, which makes sense because it's the trailer that's on the road. But California titles boats. I don't know if they register trailers or maybe you have to do title for both. But so from my standpoint, if I were interested in this boat, I wouldn't care that it doesn't have a California title. I just need to get it registered here. What I do care about is whether the trailer has a title or not, because that can be a pain in the butt. You would just have it inspected at the DMV, provide the bill of sale, they would issue a new title, motor spins but has old diesel, so you want to drain or clean it before running. You're essentially buying the trailer and the boat is free. This is one of the techniques that I've seen a number of times on really cheap boats. Well, you're buying a trailer and the boat is free. BS. No one's. What are you going to do with the boat if you don't want it? If you really just want the trailer, what are you going to do with it? Take it to the dump? Don't think so. Anyhow, let's look at some pictures. And I apologize, I ended up in the wrong spot. This is one of the drawbacks with Craigslist. So this is an interesting looking, completely flush deck, 29 footer, which is going to make for a ton of interior room. Probably going to make it dark. You've got a couple of port lights on the side here. So there's no cabin top, there's no other glass or plastic to allow light in. But, that doesn't look terrible. My guess is that in a crosswind, this thing's going to be a bit of a bear. And now you get the bad and the ugly. So it is sitting on its trailer. It obviously has been completely neglected for years. It's covered in dirt. There's your port lights. Here is the layout. So it looks like we have 2 double berths in the main cabin. It does not look like we have a 4-peak. I'm not sure what these things are. I guess that's storage. And here's your head compartment. There's your little galley. It is a very odd design. And I know Yamaha makes everything, but I didn't know they made boats back in the day. And this is just sad. So this isn't bad, or it is ugly, but it is really, really sad. This is just a terrible looking. There's grunge and stuff on here that's many, many years old. And it's just a shame that they didn't take better care of it. When you're looking at these ads, look at the details, because I think there's a detail in this picture that is going to say everything about what we're going to see next. And that is that this is dirty and this is relatively clean, which says to me that this hatch was open back to here. So that line was back there, and water's gotten into the interior of this boat. And I think we're going to find as we go look at it. I'm assuming this is this is where your steering wheel goes. This is where your binnacle compass would go. There's your controls for your engine. Looks like it's missing the steering wheel. Nope, there's the steering wheel. But look at the interior of this thing. This is not a boat that's been closed up. This is a boat that's been open to the elements. And I'm guessing this is an aft cabin. Yeah, this is your transom. So you've got 2 windows in the stern. You've got very, very old weathered wood. You have, I'm guessing that these cushions are completely covered in mold underneath there. All of your wood is completely trashed. Any of the covers. Some of this is not too bad, but anything that's lower down, because my guess is that the hatch to the cabin is over our head here. More completely trashed wood. Got lots of throw cushions that really all need to be thrown away. That must be the storage space at the bow. I love that they included a picture with spider webs. That's really nice. There's your head. Chances are that might still work if you replaced all the seals and rubbers in the gaskets and so forth. Yeah, there's your little forward storage space. Interesting, they did not provide a V-berth. There's your busted stanchion. Yeah, so this one's just terrible. And here's what's really sad about this one. Not interested in trades or stupid offers. It was my plan to clean her up, get her back in the water, but my wife is battling cancer, so that's my focus now. Well, thoughts and prayers with you, buddy, because that's just heartbreaking. This poor boat has been neglected. It's all beat up. It's not worth anything, unfortunately. If this were a classical design, it might be worth putting some money and time and effort in it, but it's really not. It's a weird design that, even if it was in perfect condition, might be worth 10,000, might be worth 8. The engine worked and all that stuff. So yeah, I feel terrible for the seller. This is the bad, the sad, and the ugly. And that's it for today. Let me know what kind of content you want me to focus on. I am definitely going to move into other areas of the country, and I'm going to look at some higher end stuff, because everybody loves to fantasize about their 50-foot, 60-foot blue water cruiser, and I think that might be on my agenda for the next video. So thanks very much. Do the usual stuff. Subscribe, like. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.